Scene 6, take 2.
Hey, Ollie Mark.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Yeah, that's the designer right
Y'all wrong for that. No, don't do me like that.
Ain't seen nothing yet. These two gonna be playing down at the old sawmill. You know, the one right on the riverbank, right outside Clarksdale.
So you want to look at this?
When I say no one invites me, I'm not me. I'm trying to think of the last time.
I work more often than him, just at just pure months in a year, you know, turnaround from like acting and directing, you know. So I'll put a couple movies up a year, you know, at any given time. You know, he lives with a project for like 2, because he writes what he directs, and that's the process that post and editing, all the way up to the movie comes out. So when he calls you, you pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? And you really pay attention to what he's got to say and why he's, because he's very intentional. You know what I'm saying? And he means what he says. And he does what he says. You know what I'm saying? So when he hits you up, I kind of heard the pitch, and I was like, oh man, this is like different. And I was a little nervous at first, because for me it's probably be the most adventurous role that I played thus far. With Ludwig, our composer that's been, our composer since Fruitville. He's known him since school, since film school. And I haven't been on any set where we filmed to the actual music that was gonna be in the movie, So the fact that I knew that this is a song that's gonna go on over here in this scene, this moment. Okay, when I'm doing X, Y, and Z, this is what we're gonna be listening to, and really being in the moment. I think that helped out tremendously, and I want people to feel that in their bones too, the musical element of it.
Oftentimes I'll write scripts with actors in mind. I still did that on this one, but I also kind of like had to take a step back and try to put the actor away as much as I could and just imagine the characters, And I think with this film, that process kind of paid off, because these performances from Michael are so much different from anything else that I've seen him do before.
Don't dance what you hear, okay? Now, if you can, stay 1930s going in that rhythm. But if you can't, that's okay too. Right?
You mean this one? Yes. I think it. Oh, you put it in.
Let me.
You come around the outside and take these photos.
But listening to the music, talking with Ruth Carter, our costume designer, that was one of my favorite parts of I'd say pre-production, but there were fittings throughout the duration of the shoot, but going into Ruth's office and that fitting room and seeing the world on the walls was just like the most amazing thing ever. And then of course we got to step on set, onto our incredible set that was just like, again, it looked like one of those pictures in one of those books that I would stare at for so long, was just like suddenly in front of me and I was in it.
Ready. Got it.
This one is shoulder.
Yeah. Too big, small.
All right, flames coming up, folks. Watch your backs. Flames coming up.
Keeping the momentum up, but you're shooting these scenes for weeks, and it's like, you want to make sure that you come into each scene with the exact right energy of from what happened before and where you're going. And it was quite difficult to really pitch it like exactly. And sometimes we're not shooting in order, right? You know, I think we just really try to lock in and just be like, play the scene, play our motivation, play our obstacles, play our wants and needs. Because that's all we can really do, because you also don't know how it's going to change in the edit too, you know.
Every day we left everything, you know, on set, you know, went home with nothing left to give daily, you know. So we put everything into this after seeing the project and seeing how everything came together, because we're playing with a few different genres in this, and tone, and you know, it's a ride. It's definitely a ride.
First, like, well, it's really after I just asked her, should.
That's bullshit.
And then it's like,
No, that's just good.
Can you go? Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're here.
We want to be on?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
I've been in and then trying to like peel his frame in, so I kind of.
I don't know how he did that. I would have moments on set where I was just like exhausted watching him go through the changes, and, you know, we would shoot a scene and then he'd be gone for, you know, they got that changeover time down to, you know, pretty short, but it's tough to sort of break up momentum like that, but his stamina is incredible, and his ability to maintain consistency just blew my mind, and seeing the final product too. I could feel, of course, on the day when he would go from Stack to Smoke, the difference in his performance. But when you watch it, it is just like, it will blow you away.
The gate is also clean.
This one looks like you turn. You turn. Yeah.
When I thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, it has to be. You know, like these characters are larger than life, but also if a big sell of this movie is, you know, we're gonna show, you know, a generation of Americans that are often overlooked, that people feel uncomfortable talking about, people don't wanna spend time with, but to me, these people from this era are giants. You know what I mean? Like they towering figures. Musicians aside, just the people that endured, you know, that time to help us get to where we are now. So I was like, oh, it has to be shot in the most epic format. That's such a cinematic statement.
Sweet. Come on down. Yeah. I even got you a little bit.
I guess my point is this: I just want to see a camera reverse sooner than later to fix a couple things I have, and then, you know, if I start doing that too late, I'm in trouble.
You still want to walk? Let's go back, and plus you added another pixel of it in there. So let's go to what was our normal, like our wide, like our first wide.
15.
Oh, it was. And this is 100.
If you came to the actual location where we're shooting the lumber mill, the juke, it's unreal. They have a bunch of cars from the 30s. It's the parking lot is a sand lot. It sits on a swamp, and it's very easy to then, in the costumes and with everyone else's costumes, and it makes it a lot easier to slip into what you imagine it's like, and the research that I did, what it was like at the time. You know, and then when you see an alligator walk by that looks prehistoric, you feel like you're around tens of thousands of years ago, let alone 100 years ago.
Sorry.
Frontal, you prefer being like squared up or like?
Here we go. Citizen, reversing, recording,
Ready and action.
I feel like I learned so much from Annie. I feel like she changed me so profoundly on like a vibrational level. But I feel like where we're very similar, we're both mothers, right? And I feel like the capacity of love that, you know, that kind of is birthed through birthing.
It'll be good. I know you like that 50. Can you get your 59 a little no.
Oh yeah.
Let's look at it. Yeah, let's look.
Little areas where we're kind of bare on structure. Like right.
Alright guys, let's I got around here the shoot it.